Welcome, welcome, welcome. I had a crazy mental health day, a mind funked up. It was a really uncomfortable day. And so that's what this video is going to be about, is my uncomfortable day. And this day, I started pretty easily. I may have slept in a little. I had to get dressed a little fast. That has been a bit of a habit right now that I don't care for, but it comes from the late night. Blessed be. Comes from the late night from before. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, they want another moment to call them in, the highest vibration of my light. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Spirit, source energy, all light beings, the cosmic galaxy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, thank you. Let's see. Can we put that here? Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so this crazy mental health day. I am going through a shamanic healer's apprenticeship. Last year, first semester, was the Jaguars. We were Jaguar sisters. It was about journeying to the underworld and stalking every thought, every emotion, everything. You're just on the earth. You're just gathering evidence, collecting the faith, and it was really profound in so many ways. 2 weekends ago, we tapped into our next semester, the Eagles. Now we have the eyes of an eagle, to fly, to observe, to tap into the dreams of attention. And I mean, we tapped into it last semester as the Jaguar, but this is looking at it deeper in this emotional wheel of victim, princess, villain, judge, like the judge. I may be forgetting some, but today is the judge. And I went to work, and there's a new person in the studio, and she is very fit, and I like her style of teaching, her choreography, and I know she has some hobbies that intrigue me and that I've never really gone down, like pole dancing, and I've did the burlesque, and I want so much more of that, and I want pole dancing. I think that I would really thrive in that. And now my little, as long as your shoulder is fine, but my shoulder is fine. My shoulder is fine. So I'm going to take a sip of my tea. So here are these things. She's a little fitter, a little tighter than I am right now. And she is really intimate with her clients, similarly the way I like to be, not doing the same work as me, but different. I see a nice variety in her choreography, and I feel like sometimes I get a little stuck and stagnant on my choreography. So this is, I guess, these are little spots, like 3 things, right, that I felt like I'm insecure of, I guess. Yes, of course, that's why. I felt a little jealous, and I felt really like insidious, intrusive thoughts that were of unkindness. Like I was looking at her and saying not nice things to me, like, you don't have a thigh gap. And like and most of the time, like, I don't care. Like, I've got these beautiful legs, and I've tightened them before. I was 124 pounds, and it was we were in shelter in place, so I was teaching 7 Pilates classes a week, like cardio, and I was doing it first thing in the morning, and I was really fit. And that's like the body that I want to get back to. But of course that doesn't allow, because I'm back at work all day, going out to a place where I was at home. I had control over my nutrition. Like, I was wake up 16 to 32 ounces of lemon water, 16 to 34 24. I was drinking a lot of fucking celery juice. I would just juice it and drink it throughout the day. And then a half hour later or an hour later, I would have a heavy metal detox smoothie or oatmeal. And I was really honed in on my nutrition and working out 7 days a week. So we're in this studio, and I'm like, oh, she's got like even the top of her arms, like there's a nice indent there. You used to have arms like that. How come you don't have any arms like that anymore? And just like really sneaky little voices in my head of like putting me down, just comparing myself, judging someone else, and then also then finding flaws within this person. Then I was finding flaws in them. I was like, well, you know, whatever, I've got more sex appeal is what I came up with. And I'm like, I've got my booty and my thighs are good. I'm just bodacious. And like, I'm observing, right? So this is the point of the eagle. You've got the eyes, and you are in this place of, like, I saw my judge, right? That was my judge was the attention, and it was then you switch it to the observer, right? So if there's a judge, don't judge, observe. And so I found myself in this really interesting place where I was just like judging, observing, judging, observing, judging, observing. Because I'm like, who's saying this? I'm like, she's beautiful, she's talented, I admire her. Why are my thoughts comparing us? She is her own person. I have nothing to do with that. And I love everyone's uniqueness. I used to want to develop this character called You Unique. Yeah. She was this wild spin instructor, and she was just like, you're unique, you know. So I love everyone's uniqueness, but I found it like this was a new person in a space that I'm very comfortable in, and I'm very comfortable kind of being, you know, top of the food chain. No, just kind of holding a space there. And she comes in and she's very comfortable and very much herself. I'm just like, you want a coffee? So it's just amazing that I was able to kind of catch this, but the thoughts were so intrusive, so insidious, and I saw my mind like making up a story about like what she was doing on her walk or something. So I got a text message. I just find it so flippin' interesting that this is after all the work, you know, the work of finding, of like being more awake and aware and conscious of this shit. I still find my mind going there. And then when I was going back to when I was 124 pounds, I was 34, yeah, whatever the year it was in 2020. And I was so fit and strong. Then it was the opposite. I was fit and feel really good in my body. I felt so good. I was like booking acting gigs like gangbusters. And because I was so comfortable and so confident, and it was a really amazing place to be. And I found myself at another Pilates studio, and I was like, oh, looks like she put on a little bit of weight. Yeah, it's too bad I'm better looking than her. Like, these are the flippin' thoughts that are going through my head. And like, she's a friend. Like, I've known her for a while, and she's a really good person, and we've hung out before, and like, so I had her over for Christmas. Like, I took her on a mushroom little space, and it was beautiful. And then I found myself doing that. That might have been after. But anyway, maybe I felt I needed to invite her after all the bad thoughts I had. And then so it's this interesting place where then my attention was more on other people's flaws, and then I was flawless. No. Me. I look great, I feel great, fucking waking up, took some mushrooms, saw God, saw the moon, did not see God, but had some incredible realizations that night. So it's a beautiful place to be, to witness this that's another one, is the witness. And so I feel like it's just incredible that I'm seeing it. I'm waking up to it. I'm like in it. I'm in it. And it feels good to be in it, even though it fucking sucks. But it feels good to be in it. Not sponsored. Healthy cell, REM sleep, calming herbs, and amino acids. It's so good. Cherries are really good for you before bed too. So anyway, as I was saying, that's where I'm at. Come home. My roommate's just feeling a little introverted. She's also my shaman. I'm my best friend. So maybe it's a little sticky when you have that many things in one person, but come home. I'm feeling good. Even after having that kind of crazy day, I was like, got work done today. Glad to be home. This feels good. Let's go to the gym. And then I kind of came home with sesame oil, and she was like, oh, yeah, that's pretty bland. I was like, okay. And then I had Coco Minos. It was like another brand thing. And I was like, okay, I'll return them. I tried. It was the two things on our little sticky on the fridge. So I was like, okay, this sucks, but oh well. And so we got ready for the gym, and I made her, mixed her for drinks and stuff, and she was pretty mellow. And I was like, okay, she's just being mellow. It's fine. But I asked her, I said, I said, what's on your mind? She said, what's on my mind? And I said, yeah, what's on your mind? She said, nothing. I said, okay. You seem pretty chill. And so she was. And I was like, oh, okay, great. And then we went to the gym, and there was a little bumping, and we're playing. It's a little bit dancing with each other. And we walked back, and there was just more like, it was like, oh, should I make hummus? Like, no, don't bother. We're already cooking something else. And then I was like, you know where the tahini is? I can make hummus. And she was like, no, don't worry about it. I was like, okay. It's the couple of little bits, but it'd be lame to explain everything. But I was like, okay, I won't make the hummus. That's fine. And then the hummus, and then she asked, are you going to shower before? Are you going to shower? And I said, oh, I'm going to do some abs and then I'll shower. And she waited a little bit, and then we went to the kitchen because the chickpeas were spilling over and put them up too high. So she was like, oh, it's overboiling, it's bubbling over. So she fixed that. And then I, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. What I'm getting to is that I couldn't handle the no anymore, and was like, dinner was then ready, and I went and showered. And after the shower, I had to I came right into my room and put the blanket over my head and just was breathing in the dark. And then I would hold it for as long as I could, and then let it go. And I did that for 15, 20 minutes probably. And I have to go back to the gym, because Dr. Mindy Peltz says that when you have a stressful situation and you have your energy, you can feel the tenseness, the stress, I literally felt like I felt my cortisol surging through me. I was like, my stress level is so high right now. I could feel it tightening up. So I felt it, and I was like, I have to go to the gym. I was like, what? I'm gonna go for a run. And I was like, I don't want to go for a run. The pavement's hard. It's late. It's 8:30 maybe. I'm like, I don't want to run. So I was like, I'm gonna go back to the gym. I'm gonna get on that fucking spin bike, and I'm gonna fucking spin. And that's what I did. I spun for another 20 minutes, and I spun earlier for 20 minutes. And then I and started just doing floor work and had some weights and did some squats and deadlifts, and I was doing some overheads with the lighter weights when I was on the bike. And I just like let it all go. So this is what Dr. Mindy Pelt says. 1, you may not actually burn belly fat through cardio. Cardio is great for your mental health. What she did say is, when you have spiked cortisol, go use the energy, burn it, release it, work out, go for a walk. It doesn't have to be long. It doesn't have to be another hour at the gym. That I just had some like that I had to get out, and the spin bike just takes me there. Of course, I would rather be in a room where we were all doing it, but when I used to teach, like I became a teacher because I was so inspired in those rooms. So me and the bike have a very intimate relationship when I'm feeling the energy of stress. So then, I cry a little and I get my gurs out and then I feel great. And she texted me and was like, I had my kitty cat ears. We have these little headbands to wash our face and kitty cat ears. She's like, I had my kitty cat ears on the whole time, because we actually did have like a bit of a blowout. Or we each got to share some things, which is fine. And she texted me when I'm at the gym, and she said, how could you take me seriously? I was wearing these little kitty cat ears. And I was like, LOL, you're just the cutest little kitty. Meow meow. And then I sent a picture of a scorpion with fairy dust, because she's a Scorpio. And that's what I felt like I was getting, was like Scorpio energy. So because I know she's usually so above me in her joy and just pleasure, that I was like, what, where are you? Come back, come here, I want to see it, I want to play. And she wasn't there. So it's not personal, but it felt really good to release that energy and go to the gym twice. And that, I'm grateful I had the time. There's a million other things I could have been doing. Nope, we don't shit on ourselves. I needed it. It felt really good. The second thing I need is sleep. So we're gonna go now, because it's, last time I looked at the clock, it was like 10 something. Beep, 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 beep. Will it go? Will it go? Will it go? It's 10:46 p.m. So, cheers. We need more rest because we're not sleeping as much as we should be. We'll sleep on like a Friday or a Saturday, but we're not getting that much sleep on the weekdays. So, cheers to more sleep. The other best way to burn belly fat. So when you have your cortisol, your stress spike, burn it, shake it, dance it, walk it, go to the gym, get on the spin bike, whatever run some stairs, run, scream, like, it has to come out, because that burns belly fat. Dump your emotions. Get fucking rid of them. Free yourself from them. Now, the other way is to work out after 2 hours. It sounded like 2 hours may have been the magic point, but it was like within the morning, 2 hours. So upon waking, I don't have that practice, because my clients, I'm usually with them at 7 or 7:30. So on most days. So that morning isn't up for me at the moment. I would have to go to bed earlier and wake up at 5, which isn't too, kind of what I do now. So I would probably maybe wake up a little more, but I've got to, on a good day, I've got my whole little breath, a little hypnosis, a little centering to get into flow state and have a great day. The gym would be another practice. So more of an afternoon worker, later night, but I still think it's not terrible, because if you're at a peak state where your stress is there, or you've had a long day, or whatever it is, I mean, you're supposed to hit it at the peak, at the high point. So that's a practice. Just keeping that in mind. How do we burn belly fat? When the cortisol is up, 2 hours upon waking, or when you have a stressful conversation or work environment, or you're just coming up with someone else's grr, that friction, just go move it, get rid of it, dump it. Otherwise it kind of sits in your belly, hanging out there, saying not so nice things, usually. I'm gonna say goodnight. I felt called to share this. Maybe I'm avoid journaling, maybe I'm avoid sleeping. Whatever it is, I'm grateful I did it, because now it's documented. Love you. Prayers for my sister Gacney. Thank you.